Hello, hey guys, it's Kelly from Hungry Hobby, and today it's Sunday morning, afternoon, it's 1 o'clock, it's fine. But little man is asleep, and so I'm finishing up some of our meal prep. And one thing that I'm gonna meal prep today is my individual freezer steel cut oats. I really like all kinds of oats now, but a few years ago when I was in school to be an RD, okay, longer than a few years ago, but anyways, I really didn't like oatmeal at all, and steel cut oats really changed my feelings about oats overall. They're just so chewy and hearty and more filling, and they don't have that like weird oatmeal taste. I don't know. I just really like them. And it turns out that my son, my 15-month-old son, shares my sentiment. No matter how hard I try to get him to eat like a bowl full of just like normal cooked oats or instant oats, he's like not about it. But then the other day we were at Trader Joe's and he tried some steel cut oats they had on sample there, and he was all about it. So now I've been making these for myself, but for him too, because it's really easy to reheat these little individual freezer things that I'm about to make, freezer oatmeal cups that I'm about to make, and then he can eat them in the morning. And then he's not eating toast every morning. And then I can give him peanut butter and jelly for lunch, which is easier. See, it's all a win. So I'm gonna make them in my Instapot, but you can make your steel cut oats however you want. You have two options for steel cut oats. I don't have them both with me. I have quick cooking steel cut oats here today, but you can use regular. So for this recipe, I'm gonna use 2 cups. This one's almost out, so I need to use 2. Steel cut oats. Again, I'm using quick cook, but regular will work too. I'll give you the time modification for that. So that was 1 cup. And that last one was a little scant, 1 cup, so I'm gonna go a little over on this one. There we go. Straight in the Instapot. All right, and then 3.5 cups of water. I'm using a mason jar because my actual large measuring cup has hard water stains all over it, and I don't want to be judged, you know? Don't need to be judged. And you could also do a little pinch of salt. I wait to season it, add like cinnamon and stuff like that until after, but you could do a little pinch of salt here now. Since I'm sharing these with a baby, I try to avoid salt and extra stuff like that. So I'm gonna skip that and grab the lid. And these babies are gonna cook. Now, I'm using quick cooking, so they'll probably cook in 2 minutes, but I'm gonna go ahead and still cook them for 4. If you're using regular, that's the standard time. So if you're using regular steel cut oats that are not quick cooking, 4 minutes, pressure cook on high, which I'll show you in a second, is what you wanna go for. Like I said, I'm using quick cooking, so it'll probably be ready in 2 minutes. 4 minutes, it really matters. You can't really like overcook oats, so I'm not super worried about that. So I'm gonna do 4 minutes, but it would probably cook in 2. The valve set to sealing, not venting, right? Sealing because we're cooking. And I'm gonna come over here and turn this on, pressure cook. Take this down, 1, 2. I need to get my nails done, don't judge. And that's it. So once it reaches pressure, it's gonna take 4 minutes to cook, and then I'm gonna let it naturally release for 4 minutes and then quick release. And I'll show you that process when we get there. All right, so while that cooks behind me, we are going to get the little individual cups ready. So you can use any kind of muffin tin sheet. I'm gonna use these 2 small ones today because I have limited space in my freezers, so I need to have smaller containers to put one there and one, maybe even a different freezer, I don't know. But either way, you can use any kind of muffin tin. Now, I like to use these silicone liners because they make life so much easier, but you don't have to, okay? Either way, what you're gonna do is you're gonna spray either the liner or the muffin tin, and then we'll put the oats in there later. And then if you use the silicone liners, it'll be super easy, you just peel them off. If you don't, because you don't have them or whatever, then what you'll do is after they're frozen, you'll run it under hot water, and then use a knife and they'll pop out. So you can see that in the blog post of this original recipe. And yeah, so that's how you do it. So while the Instapot is still coming to pressure, it's been about 4 minutes. So there's that. I'm going to just spray these. I'm using avocado oil. A lot of times I will use coconut oil just because like I feel like coconut oil has like a more complementary taste to breakfast oatmeal. But yeah, so those are ready. So that when the oatmeal's ready, we can just put it in. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. I'm going to stir it to kind of show you. See, nice and creamy and delicious. So good, but it is a little thicker than what I would personally want. So it's time to add some yummy stuff. So now we're going to add a little spurt of pure vanilla extract, and then at least a cup of almond milk. This is kind of until you reach your desired creaminess. I'm using vanilla unsweetened almond milk. And then I'm gonna do 1/3 cup maple syrup. Now you could also do cinnamon, nutmeg, all that wonderful stuff now, but because I've been sharing this with the baby and he's, I don't know, doesn't love it as much as I do. He likes it, but not as much as I do. I'm gonna leave that out and just put it in, you know, when I cook it for him. I'm gonna stir this up. Now it's nice and creamy, which is exactly what we want, especially when we defrost it. Because the freezer can tend to dry things out, you know, so we want it nice and creamy so that when we defrost it, it's not overly dried out. Now, other options here would be to add things like almond butter, peanut butter, literally anything you want to customize your oatmeal. I like to add collagen to my oatmeal or drink collagen in my coffee in the morning so that I get some protein in and I don't have to cook anything additional because, you know. But seriously, whatever you want. You can customize these however you want. So, all right, so now I'm gonna take that 1/3 cup that I used for my maple syrup and I'm gonna use it to scoop it into these. Now, at this point, you can, oh, you can't see those, bring it back over here. You could top them with whatever toppings you want too, to make it even easier for yourself. So I'm gonna add, once I get these all done, I'm gonna add some blueberries on top. Okay, so see, you can just like, well, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Press it down into there, and then you've got some blueberries in it. There you go. So I'm gonna go pop this in the freezer. Okay, so here's my one little cup thing. It's going in the microwave, which I cleaned for y'all, so I don't look like a gross slob. And we're gonna microwave it for a minute. Okay, so now after a minute, it's kind of, you know, partially defrosted enough for me to like slam it down here. This is hard to do one-handed. Okay, there you go. Then we'll add a little bit of almond milk. I like how you can see me in the reflection here. I don't add too much because I like to keep his thick so that, I'll show you in a second, well, after it's done, so that it sticks to his like self-feeding spoon. If it's too runny, it's really hard for him to feed himself, and he doesn't really like for me to feed him. So this is going back in the microwave. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. This is what it looks like after I put some coconut sugar and almond butter in it. Get something on your hand. There you go. Doesn't like it when the orange stuff gets on his hands. And success. You want more? He doesn't realize there's more on the spoon. There we go. All I had to do was heat it up, and then I try to give him some other fruit so that he has something to do in between bites, but he's not loving the clementines this morning. Hit or miss.